Hey guys, welcome back. Sorry I haven't been posting, but I felt like I had to post this, even though I'm still a little run down. I've been sick lately. Sorry about my voice. Hopefully, I can get through this without sounding too bad. So let's just straight get into it. The devs posted some information about seasons and scenarios and what's coming up on the 2024 timeline. So as you can see, they posted this picture. We've already got the Manibus and the Evolution's Call on July. In 9th, we're going to get Prism versus Clash. Then we're going to get a new PvE scenario and scenarios with no restriction, which means I'm guessing it's like it's not a seasonal server. It's a server where you can play all year round. Nothing gets wiped, I'm assuming. But there's a lot of info to get through, so let's jump straight into it. The first thing they wanted to address was what are seasons and scenarios in Once Human, and what does the long-term game plan look like? And they answered, we hope to bring various survival gaming experiences so the game has little of something for everyone. Also, we'll keep making updates to the game so it's always exciting to play. That is why they've chosen to give this game multiple scenarios. A scenario is a gameplay theme of a server. Once Human's global launch in July offered two scenarios, which is the PvE and the PvP, Manibus and the Evolution's Call. In September and October, we're bringing special events featuring new scenarios. The September scenario will allow you to face confrontations amongst factions, and October one will introduce an all-new map and challenge you to survive extreme environments. We're also working on scenarios featuring limitless PvP gameplay and longer duration. Additionally, a regular scenario that can be played all year round will be available in the future. Our plan is to release 4 new scenarios each year. They also say that each scenario is set within the time frame of a season, with the duration of a season varying according to the specific scenario. A season will be split into several phases based on the features of the scenario. The in-game content will be gradually unlocked as your server progresses, ensuring that you always have something new to enjoy. Once you unlock all the scenario content and the season has come to its settlement phase, you can sign up for a new scenario, take all your gains, and start a new adventure. Alternatively, you can stay on the same server until the settlement phase is over. This phase lasts for 4 weeks in our current scenarios. With seasons and scenarios, we are dedicated to delivering an engaging and captivating experience. This is the long-term game mode we have envisioned for you. So what they're saying is each scenario will consist of phases like we have now. We have 6 in this, but they said it could be changing. Now, I know people have said that these seasons are too short, so maybe they might make them longer, maybe even shorter. We'll see. But this one has had 6, and it pretty much was weekly. So we're ending this season soon. That's why they want to get all this confusion out of the way. So whatever server you're on, you could be different to me. I know some of them are still in phase 3, I think. So check your server, see when your season ends, and that's what seasons are going to be like. The second question they decided to answer was, what is the difference between the scenarios? Different seasonal rules and objective. In each scenario, you'll encounter unique seasonal rules and in-game objectives. For example, some scenarios may ask you to explore uncharted territories and secure rare deviations, while others will require you to form alliances with other metahumans, survive harsh environments, and combat ferocious monsters. In those scenarios, you will have the option to either go solo or team up with other players, or even align with factions to compete for valuable supplies. Different in-game experiences, new survival mechanics. Certain scenarios will introduce features that intensify the challenge of survival, such as harsher weather conditions or more demanding environments. There might be maps and areas that will be new. some enemy types and dungeons. Different scenarios may have different special monsters. Configuring the right mimetic and gear build is the way to deal with different dangers and threats. Even the same scenario can present varied combinations of environments, bringing diverse survival challenges. Then it says there's scales. The maximum number of players each scenario may also vary. Okay, so it could be lower amount of players per server or more. That's interesting. So in a nutshell, like we have now, we've got a PvE scenario and a PvP scenario. They're exactly the same. The only difference is that the PvE gets the Prime Wars, the PvP gets the Stronghold Conquests. Now, I know PvE get different mods as well. So, but they're also saying that they might be even more different, that will have new enemies and different stuff. So that's pretty much the difference of picking the scenario. Otherwise, from the PvP and the PvE, apart from the Stronghold Conquests and the Prime Wars, they are exactly the same, apart from the stones on the PvP server that give more than the normal Cortexes. So I don't know how much Starcrum the Prime Wars get compared to the PvP server, but yeah, that's the difference from what I know. Then they answer the big question is, how do I sign up for a new scenario? In the final phase of the current scenario, you can sign up for a new scenario and start a new journey right away. If you prefer, you can choose to sign up for the new scenario and remain on the same server, continue your exploration and battles up to 4 more weeks. And during this time, you can always sign up for a new scenario, which is good. If you haven't decided on which scenario to join, when your last phase is over, your current server will be closed and your character will return to Eternal Land, where you can continue playing and sign up for a new scenario anytime. So even if you're on holidays, you're going to be able to pick a new scenario when you get back. When the server closes, you won't lose your character, but you will lose materials, I'm guessing. So, but we'll get into that in a second. Then they showed us this picture, the scenario differences, survival mechanics, maps, enemies and dungeons, scenario duration, and scenario size. So pretty much sums up. So survival mechanics, pretty self-explanatory. You might get warmer, hotter, who knows what they might add. Maps, obviously we've seen how big the map is and how much there is to explore. Enemies different, scenario depending on how long those phases are that we just talked about before. And the scenario size is interesting because already I know a lot of players wanted to come to my server and it's been locked out for a long time. So making them smaller might be an issue, but hopefully they don't do that. The next question they answered was, when a scenario is over, does that mean I will lose all my in-game progress? No, we value the effort and time you put into the game, they said. When a scenario is over, you can take away the rewards that you've earned, except for some extremely rare cases and items related to scenarios and mimetics. However, we ensure that each scenario offers a complete gaming experience and allows the players to enjoy the game regardless of their progress. And we have the following rules in place. Your character won't be deleted. Your character name, body size, cosmetics, furniture, formulas, friends, important materials such as darkroom, I don't know how to say that word, Mitsuko marks, silver keys, and more. Battle pass progress and task progress will be forever retained. They will not be lost when you change from one scenario to the other. However, here we go. Character leveling and mimetics are considered part of the scenario experience and are closely linked to the game's pace and balance. So they will be reset according to scenario rules. Okay, that's fine. It's like new season in Diablo or Path of Exile. We have to re-level. Hopefully people won't get their knickers in a knot over that one. The weapon and armor blueprints, fragments, and weapon accessory mods, food recipes, and other important in-game progress resource of your character will be forever retained, and you can use them at any time in any scenario. Ooh, that's massive. Does that mean we start off with gold mods at the start of a new scenario? That's awesome. And that's also important. The house blueprints, furniture formulas, and furniture of your character will be forever retained. However, when you start a new survival scenario, you will need to spend building materials to rebuild everything on your base, on your house blueprint. We have optimized the house blueprint feature for better formula compatibility, allowing you to quickly make your house blueprint a reality even without advanced materials. Okay, so I've heard about this, that if you've got a whole blueprint of cement, I think that the same blueprint can be built with wood. I'm not sure, but I've heard that being said. So if that's good, that means you have your house, you just don't have it in the rarer materials. So here they share a picture of pretty much how to choose a scenario. You choose a scenario when you start the game, create a character, which we've all done, play the scenario, which we pretty much have done for the last 5 weeks. Then we sign up for a new scenario in the last phase of the season, which is in a couple of days for me, 3 or 4 days. From here, I'll choose not to sign up for the new scenario and stay on the server, or I sign up for a new scenario. At this point, I can sign up straight away, or I can stay on the server till the season ends. I don't know why people would want to do that, but let me know if you want to do that. Then if we don't choose to sign up, everything will move to Eternal Land. If I have chosen to sign up for a new scenario, I can play on the new server. I'm guessing the new server doesn't boost straight away, so I'd like to see what happens there. So some other rules are that the regular resources like medicine, ammo, and materials you've obtained, armor, weapons you've crafted, deviations we've captured, calibration of blueprints will all be transferred to your Eternal Land and forever retained. Upon entering a new scenario, you can bring multiple items as long as they adhere to the scenario rules. However, please be aware that there is a limit on how many items you can bring along. This is to ensure that both new and veteran players start from scratch, promoting fair competition in a new season. Of course, regarding the design of these rules, we'll make sure everyone brings their favorite content to next season. As for energy links, due to their strong connection to a scenario pace and in-game trades, they will be transferred to your Eternal Land after the season ends. They will be converted into astral sand, usable for building in your Eternal Land at a specific ratio. Also, items highly associated with scenarios and memetic specializations cannot be transferred across scenarios. Memetics will be reset on all levels, allowing you to reselect memetics and craft items according to the specific scenario you are playing. So for everyone wondering how to see what they mean by you can only bring so many things over, what you do is press F8 in Eternal Land, go to export resources. So this is what they're talking about. So you're going to have a maximum of 20,000 points, material points, at the end of a season. I don't know how to get them. Maybe, I think it says here that at the start of a new season, you'll receive a certain amount of material points that can be used to transfer your supplies on Eternal Land to the new season. Okay, so you'll get all your items in Eternal Land and you're going to be able to choose which ones you take. They will all have a cost. So right now I don't have any material points. So, but I'm guessing that you'll be able to drag, because I can't even send this ammo here. I wanted to show an example, but it says I've got 0. So I've got no material points. But you'll be able to drag items here to the new server. So, and the astral sand up here in the top right is what your energy links will be turned into, and this is what you use to craft stuff in Eternal Land with. So if I go build, see, it costs 250 sand to do a ceiling here. But yeah, that's pretty much the Eternal Land bit that they were talking about. They've also put some pictures that makes it easy to see if you can take stuff to a new scenario or not, or what you can take. So if you want to pause the video and have a look, you can. There's this photo and this one here, which shows some of the stuff that you cannot take and what you can take. Then the final question was, how do I take items from my Eternal Land depot to a new scenario? You'll have a certain amount of resource points before entering a new scenario. Each item you choose to bring into the new scenario will cost a specific amount of resource points. The required amount varies between items and can be checked in the game. The number of resource points refreshes each time you join a new scenario. So it's exactly like what I just showed you there in Eternal Land. So it's not like if you use all your resource points to transfer this time, you won't get any. They pretty much said that you'll get more, just like I just showed you there. So, and that's about it, guys. Hope that helped and made things clearer. If you have any questions, type it in the comments. I'll try to help as much as possible. And if it did help you, this video, give it a like, subscribe, and I'll catch you guys in the next one. Thanks for watching.